2022. He is now being held without bail, charged with first-degree murder in the deaths of Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costelo, and is the main suspect in a fourth murder. Investigators tracked down Wisterman through cell phone records and DNA found in a discarded pizza box.
On March 14th, 2022, the name Rex Wisterman was first mentioned as a suspect. In the Gilgo case.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Wisterman.
And this case has stumped investigators for years.
Yeah, police believe, as you just heard, the suspect is behind 4 of the murders, 4 out of 11 unsolved murders in the Gilgo Beach area. The first set of human remains discovered near Gilgo Beach in 2010 belonged to Shannon Gilbert, but she is not believed to be linked to Rex Wisterman's case.
But the discovery of her remains is what brought us to this point today. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett is here with more on how we got to the arrest more than a decade later. NJ?
Right, Sade, and if you were going to shoot a movie about a serial killer dumping bodies, you would shoot that movie on Ocean Parkway. It's desolate, and in some places, it's pitch black at night. Yes, the Suffolk County Police gathered a trove of evidence, but it took the FBI to put it all together. All 4 bodies were found in heavy brush within 500 yards of one another, dumped over the course of 18 months along a remote stretch of Ocean Parkway, 40 miles from New York. Detectives believe it happened in the middle of the night, that the killer chose the same desolate location each time, pulling onto the shoulder, switching off his lights, and dragging the body out of his vehicle, dumping it no more than 25 feet off the roadside. It would be several years before the first body would be discovered. A wider search revealed 3 others, all women, bound with tape or leather belts and identified through DNA. All had disappeared between 2007 and 2010. In the months that followed, more bodies would be recovered in the brush farther west, a total of 8 women, a man and an infant. Prosecutors have charged Rex Wisterman for the murders of Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costelo, all sex workers, and investigators say he is the prime suspect in the murder of the 4th, Maureen Brainerd Barnes. Investigators say the technology and the expertise of the FBI are what cracked the case. ABC News contributor Rich Frankel is a former FBI special agent in charge.
What do you think investigatively made the difference, Rich?
So I think it was the analytics and the forensics.
But for years, the FBI was kept out of the case. Frankel blames former Suffolk Police Chief James Burke, who was later indicted and convicted in an unrelated corruption case.
He was, I think, the biggest hindrance to bringing the FBI in. We had asked to go in, and we were denied.
Do you think this case could have been solved sooner?
I don't know if the case could have been solved sooner, but I think there could have been a lot more movement on the case sooner. They did assist in trying to locate other bodies in that area. So there was some work being done, but the problem was that once we did the work and handed it over to the Suffolk DA, we never got it back.
Rich Frankel says because Ocean Parkway is so desolate, it's been used as a killing field. He believes the other bodies recovered are entirely unrelated, dumped there by other killers in other crimes. That said, this investigation is not over tonight. Sade, Dave?
NJ, thank you. We'll have more from court today and from the suspect's neighborhood coming up at 6. And then streaming on ABC 7 NY at 6:30, Josh Einiger, who covered the Gilgo murders a decade ago, will bring you a special edition of Eyewitness News Extra Time.
And new developments tonight following the death of Robert De Niro's grandson, Leonardo. The 19-year-old's body was found back on July 2nd in Lower Manhattan. Now we're learning a woman who goes by the name Percocet Princess was taken into custody. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo has more on the investigation.
Federal prosecutors say the arrest of 20-year-old Sophia Marks is critical. They allege she knew the fake pills she was selling could kill, but continued selling them anyway. Marks, in a black T-shirt and jeans, sat before a judge in Manhattan federal court today, where she learned she's charged with 3 counts of narcotics distribution, each carrying a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Marks, allegedly known as the Percocet Princess, is accused of distributing fake oxycodone pills that contain fentanyl. According to the criminal complaint, at least one of those pills is responsible for killing a 19-year-old. The victim, Robert De Niro's grandson, Leandro De Niro Rodriguez, according to law enforcement sources. He was found unresponsive at a building on Wall Street on July 2nd after what's believed to be a fatal overdose, though the medical examiner has not yet determined an official cause. Federal prosecutors say Marks sold the victim counterfeit oxycodone and Xanax on July 1st, allegedly telling him, quote, "I don't want to kill you." Days later, Marks allegedly sold to undercover cops. She was arrested Thursday evening. De Niro Rodriguez's mother posting to social media on July 3rd, "It is with immeasurable shock and sadness that we say goodbye to our beloved son Leo. We thank you for the outpouring of love and support and ask that we are given privacy at this time to process this inconsolable grief." Now, the De Niro family declined providing further statement today, as did Marks's defense attorney. Marks did not enter a plea. She was detained and is due back in court August 14th. At Manhattan Federal Court, Anthony Carlo, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Still a coming Eyewitness.